Now first get you the latest on world's largest democratic elections across India. India is all set to vote in the fourth phase of voting on Monday, and Saturday was the last day of campaigning for the fourth leg of the seven-phased parliamentary elections. In the fourth round, voting will be held on May the 13th. As many as 96 parliamentary constituencies across 10 states and union territories will go to polling in this phase. And now I am joined by Mark Lynn from Visakhapatnam, Amit Mukherjee from Ujjain, Siddharth Bharadwaj from Kannauj. And thank you so much all of you for joining us here on DD India News Hour. First of all, Mark, I would like to come to you. It is really hot there in Visakhapatnam. So what are the polling preparations for the voters who are going to come there and select their favorite party tomorrow, Mark?
Well, Deepika, the polling starts at 7 in the morning and usually life in Visakhapatnam is people start early and they take a break when the sun comes up, and then as the evening comes they start life once again. So we are expecting that polling will be brisk in the early hours right up to about 11 or 12 o'clock. Maybe it will take a lull for a little while after that and pick up again towards the evening. The polling closes at 6 o'clock in the evening, so there is plenty of time. The Andhra Pradesh has seen very high voter percentage. In the last election, there were over 80.5% of the votes was the voter percentage. So it was very, very high. And I think that we are likely to see the same sort of enthusiasm in this election because everyone that I've spoken to is eager to vote.
What are the issues what we are exactly looking at there in Visakhapatnam? Are there regional issues which are dominating, or we are also looking at some of the national issues there, Mark?
Well, Andhra Pradesh is looking for several key issues. One of the issues is to develop a capital. And you know, when Chandrababu Naidu was the chief minister from 2014 to 2019, he had proposed that Amravati be the capital. But in 2019, and there was work done on that, so Amravati was officially the capital. It was a capital in the process of development. And then Jagan Mohan Reddy came to power in 2019, and he proposed that some of the bigger cities like Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, all these other areas should also be developed. There's no point in creating a greenfield capital when you already have infrastructure in these places. So Visakhapatnam was also proposed as perhaps it's the biggest city in Andhra Pradesh. It was proposed as the alternative capital or administrative capital, while Amravati could have been the legislative capital. And then they looked at Kurnool to be a third capital as a judicial capital. So these are one of the issues. Apart from that, in Visakhapatnam in particular, there are issues regarding the Visakhapatnam steel plant, which the central government, it's a central government plant, had put on the list of the plants that needed to be disinvested. The people in the state were not very happy about that. They want job security. They want the plant not to be divested, not to be privatized. So that is one of the issues. But apart from that, there are different age groups of people looking at the way this election is being conducted. The young people want more job opportunities. They want cities to develop. They want to compete with Hyderabad, the capital that they've lost to Telangana. They want to set up something like that with great opportunities for the youth. So there are quite a large number of youth. They in fact number about 8 million voters in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So they are looking at issues for creating a right environment for growth, for job opportunities. Apart from that, I suppose everyone is looking to try and get a better deal from the center. They want that special category status was promised to the state when it was created, when Telangana was carved out of it, but that has not come. In fact, initially there was a package that was offered which was accepted by the first government. But the second government of Jagan Mohan Reddy has also been trying to get as much help from the center so that the state of Andhra Pradesh, which consists of areas that they felt were lagging behind, needed to be given a boost in terms of development. This in a nutshell are the issues in this election, Deepika.
All right, Mark, I would request you to stay with us. We also have with us Amit Mukherjee, who's joining us from Ujjain. Amit, how is the fight looking like there in Ujjain?
Well, Deepika, as far as Ujjain is concerned, this particular place has been a stronghold of BJP for the last two Lok Sabha elections. Now, just to give you a perspective, in 2019, BJP won this seat. In fact, they had fielded Anil Firozia, who is sitting MP right now. In fact, he is also contesting this time. Now, he won by a margin of about 4 lakh votes, defeating his Congress rival Mahesh Babulal Malviya, by a whopping margin of 4 lakh vote. Even in 2014 elections, BJP won by about 3.5 lakh vote. Chintamani Malviya was the BJP candidate there. So by and large, this has been a stronghold of BJP, like the 7 other, in fact 6 other Lok Sabha constituencies which are going to polls on May 13th, which is tomorrow. Except for one particular constituency out of the 8, which is basically a tribal belt. I mean, the Ratlam constituency would be looking at some tough fight between BJP and Congress, and a lot of tribal issues are those are the key areas out here. And both the parties, BJP and Congress, have been focusing on tribal issues. In fact, Prime Minister also in around February had kind of unveiled project for the tribal people, and Congress is also going whole hog, selling all those things which they have mentioned in the current manifesto, like cash doles and development for tribal people, so on and so forth. Those are the things that are key areas of focus. Now again, coming back to Ujjain, there are about 12 lakh registered voters, 1.2 million registered voters. And this is a city which is known for its cultural vibrance, the Mahakal temple, which is again the temple of Lord Shiva, which is out here, and it is a tourism hub. And the city never sleeps. And in fact, it's a 24-hour city which is like awake throughout the night and day because of the tourists pouring in to visit this temple. And in fact, so tourism development and infrastructure development to promote tourism is also an important issue for Ujjain, which I'm sure, that has been taken care of to a great extent. Deepika?
And Amit, also if you talk about the preparation, what sort of special arrangements have been made by the ECI for the voters?
Yes, that is very, very important, because looking at ECI's efforts to kind of bring out voters. Now, in the first 2 phases of election, Madhya Pradesh had witnessed about 65% of voting. Again, then it had introduced a lot of incentives during the 3rd phase, which is why the polling percentage has gone up to 71%. Now, again, if you look at Madhya Pradesh, the Tropic of Cancer passes through this state. And in fact, it passes through Ujjain. So it's a very, very, it will be a very, very hot afternoon. But thankfully, I think the nature god, the god is playing. It's not, today it's fairly cloudy, and, we have patches of clouds floating around, which is giving some respite from the scorching heat out here. And the Met Office is also, and the local Met Office out here is also expecting that the weather would continue to be similar, and that would actually encourage voters to come out and vote, because of the scorching heat they have been staying away from polling, and which is why we have been seeing low polling percentage across the whole of central India actually. Deepika?
Amit, I would request you to stay with us. We have with us Siddharth Bharadwaj from Kannauj. Siddharth, when we talk about Kannauj, Akhilesh Yadav is trying to put the best that he can. Now, what does the pulse of the voters suggest there, Siddharth?
First of all, a very good evening to you, Deepika. And now when you talk about Akhilesh Yadav contesting from Kannauj, it's something that is happening after 12 years, as Akhilesh Yadav is now in the fray, which is further giving a nail-biting contest, between the two political parties, which is the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. So the competition is going to be very intense out here. And if you talk about the Kannauj constituency, then it comprises of the 5 assembly segments, spread across 3 districts, 4 of which have a hold of BJP, MLA and one of the Samajwadi Party. So this particular constituency, Deepika, has been a stronghold of the Samajwadi Party, and it is since 1998 till 2019. Till 2000, and after 2019, the political dynamics, the landscape has changed here in Kannauj when the BJP candidate Subrat Pathak defeated Dimple Yadav by a margin of around 12,000 votes. And this time around as well, the BJP will try to regain, the winning momentum. And on the other hand, Akhilesh Yadav-led Samajwadi Party will fight it out for the lost fort. In 1998, Deepika, if I talk about, Pradeep Yadav won from here, and then 1999, Mulayam Singh Yadav won from here, and then after that, Akhilesh Yadav, who's contesting after 12 years, like I said, was a 3-time MP from this particular constituency in 2000, 2004, and 2009 as well, and this time around. And then in 2012, Dimple Yadav won from this seat when Akhilesh Yadav vacated the seat in the by-election, and she was elected unopposed. And then in 2014, she defeated Subrat Prakash, and then Subrat Prakash defeated Dimple Yadav. So the political game, as you can see here, is quite interesting, and this time around as well. And talking about what you've said, Deepika, what are voters saying? I'm here since like 2-3 hours now, and I've been talking to the residents, the local residents here, and they are saying that the main problem which they are seeing is inflation and unemployment. They want work to be done in these 2 particular segments, although they are very happy with the law and order situation which is there in the entire state, not just in Kannauj. And they want that this law and order situation should stay like this, which is there. As far as what the voters are saying, we cannot say anything about that. It is they who will be deciding as to who will be representing this constituency. Tomorrow they are casting their ballot, and on June 4th, when the result will be out, we all will know that whether the BJP succeeded in maintaining their winning momentum, or it's the Samajwadi Party who got back in power. Back to you, Deepika.
And Siddharth, when we talk about tomorrow's polling day, it is indeed very hot there also in Kannauj. So what are the special arrangements that have been put in place by the ECI there as well, Siddharth?
Yeah, definitely. I went there where the polling personnel were taking the EVMs and, going to their respective places where they were assigned to. And we had a word with some of the administrative officers there. So as you very well know, Deepika, that the Election Commission of India is putting everything they can to actually appeal to the voters to come out of their houses and vote in large numbers. They have also initiated some schemes, some programs like Sweep, which is the flagship program of the Election Commission. It is to actually create awareness amongst the voters that yes, your vote means a lot. You have to come out of your houses and vote. This is not just a day given to you to relax. You have to come out, you have to stand in the queues, you have to vote, and not just elderly, everyone, including youth, the first time voters, everyone is very excited to vote tomorrow. As far as the preparations are concerned, then drinking water will be provided to the voters who will be coming out, because as you just mentioned, it's very hot here in Kannauj. Drinking water will be provided. There's a shelter which is provided to the voters who will be standing in the queues. Voting will begin 7 a.m. tomorrow, and as the day will progress, so will be the rising temperature. So these are the basic things which the Election Commission has provided to the voters, some of the basic facilities so that they can come out of their houses and vote in large numbers. If I talk about the voting percentage here,
right.
Deepika, last time in 2019, that it was around 60%. This time around, with much awareness programs initiated by the Election Commission of India,
right.
Awareness being created not just by the Election Commission but also some youth organizations. It is very much expected that the voting percentage will go up, but we cannot say standing here anything. Tomorrow after 6 p.m. we'll be able to tell you that whether the voting percentage has gone up or the voting percentage has gone down.
And the country
Back
is
to you, Deepika.
and the country is also expecting a fair voter turnout tomorrow who would come out and vote for their right. Thank you so much, Mark, Amit and Siddharth, for joining us and bringing the latest from ground zero on election preparations ahead of tomorrow's polling. And now it's time to take a